So if people wants to go and get precious metals, gold and silver, they have X amount of money to do so. Where's the best place for people to go? Because the most common question is that where do I go to get this kind of stuff? And the
Yep.
second thing they say is, oh, must be the bank. So
Yeah,
what
well,
do you
that
think
would
about
not be the first place I'd send them.
that?
And yeah, that's a great question because I love to touch on this one. So if you walk into the bank, you're most likely going to get this one. I don't know if you can see this, but that's a Canadian maple, one of the most recognized coins on the planet. Um, Certainly recognized around the world. That's 1 ounce of pure silver. But there's a couple of interesting pieces about that is that one, there's a picture of the Queen or King Charles now on the back of it. And it also has a $5 face value. And so our coinage act in Canada says that's circulated currency. It's really no different than our loonies and our toonies and our $20 bills. The Queen or the King is who owns that coin. You're only the bearer of it. So should they ever decide they want it back and they were to give you $5 for it, you probably wouldn't be very happy about that because you probably paid $40, $45 today for it. So that's one reason why we encourage people to hold privately minted rounds. Same 1 ounce of silver. In a barter scenario, if you're trading one or the other, you're not going to get more loaves of bread for the maple than you will for the round. They're both 1 ounce of pure silver. So we encourage people to look at private mints. We deal with the biggest, most reputable private mints on the planet, and the bulk of our business is in privately minted product. We rarely, once we educate our clients, is what our focus really is on educating people first and foremost and helping them make informed decisions. But yeah, once somebody's educated, we rarely get requests for maples.
Hmm,
And so if you were to walk into a bank, your options are likely just maples.
right.
So I would encourage people to get a hold of a guy like me and buy private.
I see. How about the second question, which is usually, now where do I put it?
Now, where do I
Bank. The
put it?
bank, right?
Yeah, so my answer to that is, do you have a key to the bank? Yeah, when people say, should I put it in a safe deposit box? I would ask them. So you've probably heard of Warren Buffett's 2 rules of investing. One, never, ever, ever lose money. And two, never, ever forget rule number one. Well, Brad's tweaked that a little bit, and his rule is never, ever lose control of your money. So we talk about control. If you're buying stocks, there's a number of layers of control there that you really have no influence on. The company decides what they do with their money. They determine the production of the company, the mutual fund company that you're investing through. Those are all layers of control that you really don't have influence over. A physical metal in your hand, I control that. There's no counterparty risk there. There's nobody in between me and my investment. And so we try and minimize the layers of control as much as possible because that puts you in the driver's seat. So when somebody asks if they should keep their money in a safe deposit box, my question is, do you have a key to the bank? Because if they close their doors, can you get your money? So yeah, our priority really is that people physically have possession or somewhere nearby if they need it. Um, and then of course you get the question, well, that sounds risky, isn't it risky to keep money in your house? And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. People have lots of wealth in their homes all the time. They have jewelry, all those kinds of things, and it's pretty rare to get broken into. But I guess the encouragement would be to be smart. Don't put it in a Costco safe under your bed because that's the first place somebody's going to look when they break into your house or in the master closet. Get a bit creative. There's 100 different ways that you can store some metals. They don't take up a lot of space, and yeah, just don't put it in the real obvious place where somebody's going to take it, and don't announce around the world that, hey, I got a box of silver in my house. That's probably a bad idea too.
I see. That's like a garden hose.
Well, since we're on the topic of currency, currency is like current, it flows. And so you've got to get your money flowing. Stagnant water goes bad. Standing water goes stagnant and full of bugs and moss. So currency, like money, it's got to move. So don't hoard, put it to work and get it working for you. And just like that garden hose, that'll be the channel that your currency is going to flow through. Find the right channels and get that money flowing. How's that?
I see that. Spoken like a true expert in currencies. Thank you very much. So that's how a garden hose is like success.